Rio Las Vegas, opened 1990, off-strip location, 1 block west of the Strip on Flamingo Road. For 30 years, that location worked. Rio was a destination. World Series of Poker, Carnival World Buffet, Masquerade Show in the Sky, Voodoo Lounge, Penn and Teller, Chippendales. Then Caesars dumped it. Sold to Dreamscape for $516 million in 2019. And everything that made Rio special started disappearing. This is how Rio is dying. Right now. December 2019. Caesars Entertainment sold Rio to Dreamscape Companies. New York-based real estate developer, $516.3 million. Why did Caesars sell? Because Rio was off-strip. And off-strip doesn't work anymore. When Rio opened 1990, off-strip was fine. Locals property with tourist appeal. Brazilian theme, all-suite hotel. 2,500 rooms? It worked. But Vegas changed. The Strip got so much better in the 2000s. Cosmopolitan, Aria, Wynn, Palazzo, world-class resorts. Suddenly, off-strip became second tier. Tourists stopped booking Rio. Why stay off-strip when you can stay at Bellagio for the same price? Caesars tried. They renovated some towers, added shows. But the fundamentals didn't change. Rio was 1 block west of the Strip. That 1 block killed it. The sale agreement included a leaseback. Caesars would continue operating Rio until October 2023. Pay Dreamscape $45 million per year in rent. This gave Caesars time to extract maximum revenue before handing it over. And it gave them time to move everything they cared about. What did they move? World Series of Poker, Chippendales, everything iconic. Caesars knew Rio was doomed, so they dumped it, sold the property, moved the valuable assets, left Dreamscape with an empty shell. World Series of Poker, the biggest poker tournament in the world, held at Rio from 2005 to 2021. 17 years. WSOP was Rio's identity. Every summer, tens of thousands of poker players descended on Rio, filled the hotel, packed the casino, generated massive revenue. November 17, 2021. Caesars announced WSOP would move to the Strip, Bally's and Paris. Starting 2022, this was Rio's death sentence. WSOP leaving removed Rio's primary reason to exist. The tournament brought international visitors, high-stakes gamblers, celebrities, media attention, prestige. Without WSOP, Rio became just another off-strip property with no draw. Dreamscape knew this when they bought Rio. The sale happened December 2019. WSOP announcement came November 2021, 2 years later. Caesars moved WSOP the moment their leaseback ended. They operated Rio through 2023. WSOP moved to Horseshoe and Paris 2022. Why did WSOP leave? Because Rio is off-strip, and Caesars owned better properties on the Strip. Bally's rebranded to Horseshoe, combined with Paris. Center Strip location, better for poker players, better for Caesars. Rio couldn't compete. WSOP 2022 at Horseshoe. And Paris broke records. More players. More prize money. Better experience. Everyone agreed the move was right. Rio lost its identity forever. Carnival World Buffet. Rio's legendary buffet. Opened 1996. One of the best in Vegas. Closed March 2020. COVID shut down. Never reopened. Dreamscape replaced it with Canteen Food Hall. Opened January 2024. Fast casual vendors. Attaboy Burger. Nama Nama. Tender Crush. Tony Luke's. Shogun Ramen. Southland Burrito. Not a buffet, a food hall. Different experience. Different customer. Buffets were Rio's thing. Carnival World was iconic. Now it's gone. Chippendales. Mail review. At Rio since 2001. 22 years. 9,000 performances. Over 1 million tickets sold. Left Rio, December 31st, 2024. Moved to Link on the Strip. Opened January 14, 2025. Why did they leave? Back to Caesars Entertainment. Rio sold to Dreamscape 2019. Chippendales wanted Caesars' relationship back. Plus, Strip location better than off-Strip. Chippendales leaving removed another draw. Bachelorette parties. Girls' nights out. Regular weekend traffic, gone. Masquerade show in the sky. Free entertainment. Performers on floats suspended from ceiling. Mardi Gras theme. Ran from 1997 to February 2015. Closed. Never returned. Empty tracks still visible on casino ceiling. Voodoo Lounge. Rooftop bar and restaurant. 51st floor. Incredible views. Still operating, but limited hours. Not the draw it once was. Penn and Teller. Longest-running headliners at one property in Vegas history. At Rio since 2001. 25 years. Still there. Extended through 2026. But that's it. When that contract ends, will they leave too? Probably. Penn and Teller are the last iconic thing at Rio. And they're not enough to save it. October 1st, 2023, Dreamscape took over operations from Caesars, announced $350 million renovation, multi-year project, modernize entire resort. Phase 1, Ipanema Tower. Started August 2023, upgrade all rooms, new furniture, new everything, canteen food hall, opened January 2024. Replaced Carnival World Buffet, pool renovations, upgraded beach-themed pool area, casino floor upgrades, new slot machines, better lighting. Sounds great, right? Except none of it matters. Why? Because Rio is still off-strip. Renovations don't fix location. You can renovate every room, upgrade every restaurant, modernize every slot machine. But if you're one block west of the Strip, tourists won't book you. Dreamscape raised $850 million in financing, February 2023. Wells Fargo and Raymond James. The plan? $350 million for Rio renovations. Remainder for new gaming acquisitions. Build a gaming Hyatt. Expand portfolio. This tells you everything. Dreamscape views Rio as one asset in a portfolio, not the crown jewel. Just one property. Hyatt Partnership. Announced March 2021. Rebrand one tower as Hyatt Regency. 1,501 rooms. Originally scheduled 2023, delayed. The remaining rooms would also affiliate with Hyatt. Rio name stays for casino and public areas, but hotel becomes Hyatt branded. This is Dreamscape trying to bring in loyalty program traffic, Hyatt World of Hyatt members, business travelers, convention overflow. It might help, but it won't fix the fundamental problem. Off-strip location. August 10th, 2024. Rio confirmed layoffs. Dreamscape spokesperson. We proactively expanded our workforce while taking over operations from Caesars Entertainment in Q4 2023. As the resort undergoes extensive construction and remodeling, we now have a better understanding of the staffing levels Rio Las Vegas needs to provide guest service and operational efficiency. Translation: we hired too many people. Revenue isn't covering costs. We're cutting staff. Layoffs during a supposed $350 million renovation. That's not a good sign. If business was strong, you wouldn't cut staff. You'd keep everyone to handle increased traffic from renovations. Cutting staff means traffic is weak, revenue is weak. The renovations aren't generating the expected boost. CEO Patrick Miller appeared before Nevada Gaming Control Board. Said Rio came into disrepair under prior ownership. Dreamscape fixing it. But he also acknowledged challenges. 35-year-old property, off-strip location, competition from strip properties. The challenges are structural. Can't be fixed with renovations. Rio is one block west of the Strip, on Flamingo Road. In 1990, that worked. Locals and tourists both came. 2026? Off-strip is death. Why? Because Vegas tourists overwhelmingly prefer the Strip. They book strip hotels. They walk the strip. They eat, gamble, and party on the strip. Off-strip means rideshare or long walk. Inconvenient. Tourists avoid it. Rio tries to market itself as just off the strip, 1 block west. Quick walk. Easy access. But tourists don't care. 1 block off the strip is off the strip, that's the perception. And perception is reality. Compare to Red Rock Casino, 15 miles west of the strip, thriving. Why? Because it targets locals, not tourists. Red Rock doesn't compete with the strip. It serves a different market. Henderson and Summerlin locals who don't want to drive to the strip. Rio is stuck in the middle. Too far from the strip to attract tourists. Too close to the strip to be a true locals casino. This is the fatal flaw. Location can't be fixed. Dreamscape's strategy. Hyatt partnership brings business travelers. Convention overflow. Loyalty program members. This might stabilize revenue, but Rio will never thrive off-strip. The only way Rio succeeds is if the strip moves west. If new development happens on Flamingo west of the strip. If Rio becomes part of a new entertainment district. That's not happening. Strip development is going south, towards airport, not west towards Rio. Rio is geographically doomed. Penn and Teller, 25 years at Rio, longest-running headliners at one property in Vegas history. Contract extended through 2026. In October 2025, Rio renamed a nearby street Penn and Teller Court, honoring their 25 years. Penn and Teller are loyal. They could have left years ago, joined Caesars on the Strip, made more money, better location. But they stayed. Loyalty to Rio, to the venue, to the theater. When their contract ends in 2026, will they renew or leave like Chippendales? Probably leave. Penn and Teller won't say it publicly, but off-strip is hurting their business too. Tourists have to make a special trip to Rio just for Penn and Teller. That's fine for die-hard fans, but casual tourists skip it. Too much effort. If Penn and Teller were on the strip, they'd get walk-up traffic. Tourists browsing shows, impulse purchases, off-strip, they only get intentional bookings. Smaller audience. When Penn and Teller leave, Rio loses its last iconic draw. There will be nothing left. Just a renovated off-strip hotel with Hyatt branding. No identity. No reason to visit. Rio Las Vegas, opened 1990, off-strip, 1 block west. For 30 years, it worked. Destination property, World Series of Poker, Carnival World Buffet, Chippendales, Penn and Teller, Masquerade Show in the Sky, Voodoo Lounge. Caesars dumped it in 2019. Sold to Dreamscape for $516 million. Knew it was doomed. Moved World Series of Poker to Horseshoe in Paris in 2022. Rio's identity gone. Carnival World Buffet closed 2020. Never reopened. Replaced with generic food hall. Chippendales left December 2024. Moved to Link on the Strip. Penn and Teller extended through 2026. But will likely leave after that? Dreamscape is renovating. $350 million. Hyatt partnership, new restaurants, upgraded rooms. None of it matters. Because Rio is off-strip. And off-strip doesn't work anymore. Renovations can't fix location. The 1 block between Rio and the Strip is an unbridgeable gap. Tourists want the Strip. Rio isn't the Strip. That's the problem. Rio will survive. Dreamscape has deep pockets. Hyatt brings business travelers. It'll operate for years, but it'll never thrive. It'll never be what it was. Icon status is gone. Everything that made Rio special is gone. Rio is dying. Slowly, quietly, but inevitably. Have you stayed at Rio recently? Seen the changes? Let me know in the comments. If you want more deep dives into Vegas properties, subscribe to Vegas Vault. Hit that notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video.